good afternoon. Welcome back to my little gardening show. We are unpacking the little harvest, half bushel harvest baskets we've got here. We pulled all the onions yesterday because we didn't want them to rot in the ground. The last 2 years I'd really done that a little too late and they started rotting around the stems and didn't cure right. And anyway, we had a lot of issues with them. So I pulled them out of the ground before any of that started happening for the most part. And so now what we want to do is get them laid out, get some good air circulation going around them to dry out the stems, the foliage, and get them cured for storage. Depending on how that turns out, we'll braid them. If it doesn't seem to be going too well, what I'll do is just skip that and we'll go ahead and just process all of them, put them in freezer bags so that we've got them that go around. So let me show you what we got going on. Bud, what you got there, bud?
Fat.
Yeah, so nice fat onion. Again, these are from Dixondale Farms, and they did really well for the most part. The yellows and the sweet onions are a little bit bigger than the red onions. And part of that is because the one row we gotten weeded pretty well, the other one wasn't weeded as well, and so the onions in the row with the weeds didn't get as big, but
That's about as big as the biggest yellow.
yeah, so about the size of a baseball, a little bit bigger. This is about the size of a racquetball.
Maybe
Anyway,
this is baseball, this is more.
Yeah. So anyway, we got quite a few onions. We got this whole top rail filled. Got the onion in the shade, but the stem in the sun. So I'm hoping that with the wind that's flying through here and the sunlight, that it'll help dry these out. And then the smaller onions are down below.
Oh, this one's now. This is our biggest red right down here.
Yeah, we got a pretty big red down there. That's about the size of a baseball. So anyway,
What's the size of this?
that's pretty big. That's for our biggest yellow right there, honestly.
And what's the biggest purple?
Neighbors are probably going to think we're kind of weird. They're going to see all this sticking out of the deck here, but anyway, it looks pretty good. We'll try to come back and in a few days and see how things are looking. If rain is threatening, we're going to have to move these, and maybe what we'll do is put them underneath the canopy here and like slide them through
They won't dry
the slats, but I think they'll dry better this way.
They won't dry as fast if the rain's that
Yeah.
bad, but they still will dry.
Yeah, so alright, so I guess that's it for now. Until next time, happy gardening. Bye. Well, hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to my little gardening show. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, around 1 o'clock, 12:30, somewhere in there. It's hot, but we're under the shade tree in the backyard. We picked the onions last week, pulled them. I think it's been over a week ago. It's about a week and a half ago. We were in process of curing them, and they're doing okay, but I don't want to take any chances. And we haven't been able to keep them in the same place. We've had to move them around and stuff. So we're just gonna process them. And by that I mean we're gonna cut them up, what we got here, wash them, run them through the food processor, and then bag them up in quart-size bags for use in stir fries and things for this year. So I'll show you kind of what we're up to real quick. So Bud's got the food processor loaded. Go ahead and run it, Bud. Good job, Bud. All right. Now they sell one of those things where you just kind of load the onion in and you fold it over and it cuts it through a grid, but we're just using a good old food processor. Got an extension cord running out.
So, yeah, over here's my desk, and I'm washing my feet.
Yeah.
So, I take a brush sometimes, and this is called a shower.
Yeah, you're just kind of hanging out and having fun while the green beans are soaking.
Yeah, I'm waiting until they're
Should
really...
we put the cut ones in here?
Um,
I can wash it out.
yeah, wash it out. You can do that. So
Has it been an hour?
got some reds and yellows. I thought we had more than this, but I think we've given some away. I mean, we'll still get some decent quart-size bags out of this. I'm cutting them up. We're throwing the scraps in that harvest basket there. Dipping them in the water to rinse off any kind of dirt residue. They're probably pretty strong, but they're sweet onions. And then we got the cookie sheet here to dry out, like let the water drip off and then run off the table there, and then take it in halves and run them through here.
Thank you.
working out pretty good. So we'll see how many onions we get.
Onion bags.
Yeah, we might have to trim some of those onions up just a little bit. Right, no.
Get my swimsuit on, 'cause
Yeah, you can. Go ahead. Watch your thumbs there, Bob.
maybe cut a little bit of
Yeah. There you go. You gotta get the thing. You like doing this, don't you, Bob? Yeah, kind of like what we talked about before. It takes time and a little effort if you're gonna save, grow your food, grow your own food, save your food. But it's fun. I mean, we're just kind of hanging out, kind of teachable moments with the kids here, and kind of hang out, spend some quality time together. Careful, button. Good times. So we'll see how many we get once we get done running these through the process. All right, bud. So while he's running this, I'm gonna chop up more of these. Again, they turned out pretty good, about baseball size. Some a little bigger, some a little smaller. Ideally, curing them, we bent the stems. Oh, the onion's making your eyes water, bud? Well, don't put your face right over the onions. You bend the stem, you let them dry out, and they dry out from the base of the plant, or not the base of the plant, the top leaves down to the stem. But usually, you don't have them cure right. It can rot here at the thing. So that's what we want to avoid.
Dada,
What is it, honey?
what do you think I could put my because I have my swimsuit on?
You're doing fine. Someone has it throwing out water over there.
I'm going to change the water once things are moving on.
What? Still bothering you, Ben?
Maybe a little bit.
It's turned out pretty nice. I mean, each little layer is pretty nice and fat. These are sweet onions. Each layer of the onion represents a leaf that has gone up. So how many leaves do we have? Counting the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. Pretty cool. You alright, bud? You gotta be careful how you take the blade off. You end up cutting this off. Why don't you go get a Band-Aid? This little blade's pretty sharp, but I kind of brush his finger up against that. Graze his finger a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how many quarts we get. We'll run a few more through and then check back in later.
Daddy, I really deal what color it is. Did you come on? No.
Alright, so we're in the process of onions. I've got about 12 quarts done out of about a half bushel of onions. We did pick a Tigger melon,
This is the newest one.
and these are pretty good. They taste kind of like a little passion fruit. They're not super sweet, but they've got a nice flavor. So we'll cut this open.
What does it look like in the inside?
Well, let's cut it open right here, bud.
Let's see.
And we'll want to save seeds from that. Once you get a little
Put that?
cup or something,
I thought it was going to be purple.
whatever, just get something and put seeds in.
I thought it was going to be purple. Or
Pretty nice looking fruit. It's got a lot of seeds in there.
Man, that's a lot of seeds. And these ones will probably do better next year.
Some of them aren't fully developed yet. That's alright.
I did not know.
It's kind of like mushmelon or cantaloupe. You gotta scoop the seeds out.
Mushmelon. It tastes good, Sam.
It's kind of like a personal size melon. You guys want to try it?
Sure. I'll try some.
Can you eat the skin?
No, I wouldn't eat the skin.
Oh, come on.
You can eat. We're cutting that into slices.
But we gotta save some for them.
We'll see when you feel it.
Oh, yeah, you can.
That's easy. Lemon cheese. Easy, ham.
Or easy.
Okay, you want to try that? Go ahead.
Don't tell me what it tastes like. Don't tell me.
You like that?
Yeah. Take them out with the best.
Tigger melon's the best, huh? What do you think, bud? Pretty good? What does it taste like?
Tastes exactly like cantaloupe.
Really?
Yeah. I was gonna say apples, but
Kind of like cantaloupe, not as sweet.
yeah, it's not as sweet.
But I think this is better than regular watermelon. We should leave something on it.
And sugar.
Well, we're gonna kind of more.
Okay. Another slice.
Wait, Daddy, we don't want to eat all of it. Just some. We're gonna save some for lunch.
Well, why don't you put that up in the fridge, then?
I'll put it in a bag.
Put this in the bag too.
So the top, well, the bottom doesn't really taste like anything, right? And the top tastes really sweet.
Really good?
Yeah.
Got
Need a
some of these
baggie.
seeds too, bud.
Here's a baggie for the seeds.
We really need a glass jar, a small jelly jar. What we'll do, we save seeds like we do the tomatoes. Put them in the jar, fill it with just a little water, and then you wait till there's a little mold scum, and then can wash the seeds that way. Or you can do the dry method, just rinse them off.
Hello.
Rinse them off real good and dry them. We may just do that.
It actually tastes really good.
You like that, babies? Put the skins down there.
I thought it was gonna be like colored purple or
Yeah.
red.
So we're gonna get back to doing our onions and kind of go from there. All right, so we've finished the yellow onions here. Altogether, I get 27 quarts that we processed. When the bags aren't like bursting full, there's probably about 3 cups of onions. 2 to 3 cups, depending on what I grab in each bag. We still have some fresh ones that had cured really well that we're going to keep. That'll last us a couple weeks. And then I've got a whole bunch of reds yet to figure out what I'm going to do. I may process some of those. Most of them have cured pretty good. They're smaller, so they pretty well dried out all the way, whereas the yellow ones were a lot larger, and so they weren't completely dried. And so just to kind of expedite things, went ahead and processed them. So we're going to take these and put them in the freezer along with the rest. So I'll put the last of the bags here, and I've got this stacked 3 deep from the front here to the back. Again, 27 bags. Should last just a little while. Well, so there you have it. We're gonna clean up this mess here from processing onions, and then start working on another batch of green beans. So guess that's it for now. Until next time.
Bye.
Happy gardening. Bye. Bye.
Bye.